It's not quite inside the Beltway yet, but we're talking about probably minutes, 30 minutes or so before it starts getting into this region, and then that's when you start getting into the major population areas, and we'll see if that how strong those winds are. But definitely something out this evening that is going to be just keeping things pretty dangerous around the area. Now in Manassas, you can see that down to the south as well. And what you're looking at in this upper screen, that is what is called the scope. And so we're looking inside the storm and the velocity data. So we got a lot of these different tools, and we're trying to track and see if there is any rotation. And if there is that rotation out there specifically where there could be a tornado, we will zoom on down and show you that. Now, right now, it's the start of Nightly News, but I think we're going to stay on, if I'm not mistaken, until this threat is through the area. Correct, guys? All right. We'll toss it on back over to you.
Well, we're just talking about what's happening right now. As you're looking at your screen, you see the radar images of what's happening out there. This is a sizable storm, a very dangerous storm that is moving through our area right now. This is a tornado warning that is still in effect for Loudoun and Fairfax and Montgomery counties. And when a warning is issued, that means you do want to take cover. That is not a time to go outside and mess around. If you're still miles ahead of the storm and you got time to pick things up around your yard, please do, because the stuff in your yard can actually turn into things that get thrown around and hurt and even kill somebody out there. So please do that if you can.
And our Scott Taylor is standing by. He is in one of the areas, one of the counties that is currently under a tornado warning. Scott, what are you seeing out there?
Well, let me get out of the way and show you what's going on right now. About 10 minutes ago, we saw these multi-level clouds move in. The wind picked up. If we can get a shot of that stop sign over there, it's kind of showing you how the gust of wind that's coming through. People are starting to empty the stores, jump in their cars, and probably head home. There is starting to be just a little bit of a drizzle out here. Now, the wind gusts come through pretty quickly, and they're blowing papers and any other litter around this parking lot. We are very close to a building here just in case things get a little bit too crazy and we have to take shelter, but we'll be here throughout the storm. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, giving us a live look at what's happening on the ground there. We want to move now to check out the conditions also happening in Sterling. Whoa, what a difference a few minutes makes. Tim, if you can hear me out there, describe what you're seeing. It looks like cars are pulling over.
Yeah, they're all huddled under the same cover that we're under right now. We're at a Wawa here in Sterling. The canopy's not doing us much good. The hail and the rain came through with a fury. You can see all these cars trying to stay dry, but I can tell you, I just topped out. I'm still a little bit under the canopy, but we are soaking wet right now. The hail has come through in a couple different sizes. Sometimes it comes through real hard. Other times, just little teeny pieces of hail. You can see that lightning coming through as well. So we're going to try to take cover here as this storm rolls through. But as soon as we get any, it's pretty bad out here. So we're going to probably take cover here.
Tim, please do. But Tim, can you hear me real quick? Can you do me a favor?
We'll stay out here and we'll let.
Yeah, can you have your camera step out to the side, have your cameraman look at those trees behind you. You can really see the wind blowing through the area right now behind you. Holy cow.
Yeah, you can. If you look at the ground, that's where you could really see it. Man, I just got pelted by some hail there. But if you look at the ground, you could see with the lights, the rain's just kind of dancing along the parking lot there. These cars are trying to stay dry, but like we said, there's not much you can do to stay dry in this kind of rain. This is the kind of rain that comes through sideways.
This is, when you're out on the road like this, especially if you're driving,
everybody's getting drenched.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to hydroplane a car. If you're not familiar with that term, that means the treads on your tires fill up, and basically what you're doing is ice skating down the road. You can easily lose control and crash. It's a good time to get off the road. When the water is pooling like that, get off the road.
And we want our crews to stay safe, so Tim Barber's going to get cover right now as the lightning intensifies there. Meanwhile, we want to check in with Jay Korf. He is standing by in Ashburn, where it looks like the rain is coming down in sheets out there.
Indeed it is, yes. I just stepped out in that just momentarily, and it felt like maybe 30, 35 sustained, and some of those gusts felt like they were even higher, maybe 40 to 45 miles per hour. I'm going to step outside of the way so Jake can zoom in, and you can see it's just coming down torrential rain in sheets. This is the worst that it has been in, I'd say we've been here for maybe 45 minutes to an hour. There are still some people out on the roadways, which just baffles me. We are luckily under one of those very long awnings, the covers for a strip mall. There's a giant here, and right behind us on the other side, I think this is a yogurt shop of some sort. There's all kinds of people who are just waiting out the storm just to be on the safe side. That was a very, very intense, maybe 2 or 3 minutes of rain coming down, and there's also been a lot of thunder and lightning. And if you could hear that, that sounded like a very, very large rumble of thunder in the background. So we'll stay out here and assess the situation. Thankfully, we are, I think, in a relatively safe place because most of the wind that would hit us is actually being buffered by this business right here. But yeah, last 5 or 10 minutes has been pretty scary out here.
All right, Jay, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I want to show you where the leading edge is right now. And as you've just been seeing, first you get hit with the very strong winds. And then behind that, you're going to have a lot of lightning, very heavy rainfall. And then after that, it's just going to start to mellow a little bit. But we're talking that intense period, probably a 10, 15-minute period before then it just kind of kicks down a little. Now, it doesn't go from nothing to 100 to nothing in 10 minutes, but that leading edge, that is where it is the heaviest. And so it's approaching the DC Metro right now. And so what I want to do is I want to show you, utilizing what we call the velocity data, how fast those winds are reported. In my opinion, the strongest, the biggest risk potential, it's not switching there. Hey, Alex, if you could hear me, can you drive this radar down? I want to show you the leading edge of the velocity data. What we're looking at are winds that are in excess of 60 to 70 miles per hour around there we go, around the region. Here, tell you what, let me draw this. Tell you what, go ahead and take this other map up for a second. There you go, Alex is with you. So as this works into our area, we're going to watch these strong winds. You guys want to take Max 2? Pop Max 2 up here behind me if you would real quick, because we don't need to look at the Atlantic Ocean. So here is what we have on this frontal edge. Fairfax, the city of Fairfax, raining very heavily right up through Reston. Vienna, you're seeing that. But this is the outer loop right here, the Beltway. And that is where those winds are being reported at about 7, at least being picked up on the velocity data of 60 to 70 miles per hour. So the straight line wind damage along this leading edge, that is where we're seeing that. Now we have it back up in Max 1. If you could pop that behind me for a second. I see that they've switched that on over. So talking about, again, velocity data, that is the speed at which things are moving. And the red means it's moving. If you could put Max 1 up behind me, that'd be fantastic. As we are looking at that, if it's red, it is moving away from the radar. If it is green, it is moving toward the radar. You can have them put Max 1, that'd be fantastic if it would switch on over. There it is. So this red is where the winds are the strongest, and you see these shades of pink. We were sampling some of these, and we're looking at winds 60 to 70 miles per hour. And so here's a timestamp for you based on its current progression at about 35 miles per hour or so. So you got Mount Vernon, that's at about 642. The DC Metro, say 650. That's down to 638, so we're talking another 15, 20 minutes, something like that. Waldorf there. Charles County, 658. You folks that are off into southern Maryland, so places like Calvert County, St. Mary's County, it's going to be a little bit later for you, as you can see. So Dunkirk, that's at about 719. So you still have time, if you're out ahead of this, to bring in the patio furniture, certainly put windows up and those types of things. But you can just kind of get ready for this system to enter the area, because now it is in through, probably pushing into Falls Church, Annandale, into basically Arlington, the DC Metro, Alexandria, and then right down to the south as well. And whenever we see these, the good news here, we did have a report of a funnel cloud. That's not the good news. The good news is we're not seeing a ton of switching of the winds as we're looking at this velocity data, and that would indicate that there's some severe rotation in there. We're seeing one constant color. Now that's potentially good news, I suppose, if we're talking about the lack of tornadoes developing. But the not good news is that notice how bright. I mean, you get into these pink shades on this velocity data here, and the pink shades are where we have those winds that are up into the 60 and 70 mile per hour range being picked up by the radar. And a lot of that will translate and transfer down to the surface. And so that is a general gauge as to what you can expect on this leading edge. And this, like I said, down into Stafford County, Prince William County, and it will continue to move across and then head on into southern Maryland as well. So I want to go reset this computer real quick, guys. I want to send it on back to you. I also want to set up an hour-by-hour forecast to show you what's going on. In fact, here it is. Clouds and radar still on there. So this is at 6:30. This is an updated look. Model's doing a great job picking it up, because what you're seeing on the left side of your screen is the radar now. And then you see those orange outlines that include the metro, Prince George's County, down in Charles County right now. That is where the severe thunderstorm warning is. This is a future cast based on high-resolution data. And so it's doing a fantastic job picking up where that is. Again, you compare a forecast model to the actual atmosphere on the radar, what's going on. And they look pretty similar. We like that when they do because we know confidence on that is fairly high. So let me take you into kind of half-hour intervals. I set this up not too long ago. So 7 o'clock, there it is, right along the D.C. Metro, into all of Montgomery County, Howard County, up into the Baltimore Metro, down off to the south. We go to 7:30. Now we're pushing into Prince George's County, down into Charles County, probably not quite yet into St. Mary's or Calvert County, but certainly into Anne Arundel County as it's moving across that direction, and the line generally from the northeast to the southwest. That's the orientation of it. And then we get into that. So that's 7:30, 8 o'clock. We advance to 8:30. It continues to push off to the east. Now we're talking about Calvert County, pushing over toward Leonardtown, and then off to the east. And our biggest threat area is going to be this frontal zone. So once we hit, let's just take it a little bit deeper, say 9:30, 10 o'clock. Now here we are at 10 o'clock, 10:30. Notice how much farther off to the east that is. Still have rain, still have the possibility of lightning, which of course is always dangerous. Localized areas of flooding is certainly going to be possible, if not probable, out there. I mean, you see our live cameras here, how heavily it is raining. There's the wind. Guys, what shot is this down where I'm looking at the flags? Is that one of our WeatherBug cameras, or is that one of our photogs? That's down there. That one's in Ashburn. Okay. So you can see it's still pretty windy out there. But it's not going to be that initial push, that initial force of that potential for the severe weather. And then we get beyond that. Here's what it looks like at midnight, some lingering rain showers. But we will not have a storm threat overnight. I mean, those are the worst. When you get those overnight, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, tornadic produced storms, or at least possibility. So we will not have that. It's got an active couple of hours, and then that will start to die down. Speaking of dying down, that leading edge has gone through Leesburg. It's still very active, I'm sure. Stephen Cheetah is live there. Stephen, wind's still going pretty good where you are?
The winds seem to have diminished a bit, though, but the rain, as you can see, is really coming down, really pounding rain here. We have not seen hail through this storm, but it has been steady for about the past hour. Just a very heavy, driving rain, slow going out here. A lot of water on the pavement, and just a storm that doesn't appear to want to let go.
Stephen's out in Mobile Track 7 right now, out on the roads in Leesburg, and you can see things have changed quickly within just a matter of a half hour. We had some of our reporters that were actually looking up, and you could see daylight. And in some of those cases now, we have seen one sky with Tim Barber, it was almost blackout as the rain was coming down horizontally. So you really want to be careful out on the road, especially if you are driving. It's nice to see that there's not a lot of traffic out. A lot of folks heeding the warning earlier when we were issuing tornado warnings. Still, a wide swath of our area remains under a tornado warning, and that's why we're remaining on the air right now. And we're just bypassing World News Tonight right now because this threat exists for our viewers, and our main concern right here is our viewers. So please do take cover if you are in the leading edge of this tornado warning right now. Don't mess around. Better safe than sorry is the way we look at it.
And the timing of this couldn't be worse. A lot of folks trying to get home from work, from school. VRE, we just want to mention this quickly, suspending service, holding all of their trains in those stations, the current stations, wherever they're located at this moment. So if you're expecting someone home via VRE, expect a delay because of these storms. The trains are not moving.
And if you're also thinking about heading over to the airport, we can tell you right now there's a flight stoppage in both Dulles and also at Reagan National. So no flights are coming in and out right now. So you don't have to go to the airport right now. But do call ahead if you got a flight because it's going to be delayed by some time.
We want to check in now with our Scott Taylor. He's in Merrifield monitoring conditions out there. Scott, describe the scene.
Yeah, we are right off of 495 in the Merrifield Plaza, which is home to the Office Depot and Wells Fargo, if you know this area. Take a look what's behind me. Really, things are starting to die down just a little bit, but what's going on with this storm here in Fairfax County? It comes in surges. We were just drenched just about 5 minutes ago. Now the rainfall, it's slowed down, but we still are seeing several lightning strikes out here. The wind is coming in patches as well. It will surge for a while, die down, then surge back. And if you can see the road here, it is starting to fill up with a little water. You see that tail of water off of these cars.